Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Richard Mwenja Exclusive. Such a distinct privilege to have your company with us on a show that brings you comprehensive analysis on political and governance issues in Kenya and across the globe. I'm Richard Mwenja, and straight to your screens is none other than the gentleman who's going to help me bring the day's conversation home, Kenya's most sought after political analyst and renowned public scholar, Herman Manyora. Prof, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good.
You are well?
Where are you unearthing these names from?
But I'm well. You're doing well, right?
Well, I thank God for everything.
All right. You are one person who's been closely associated with those championing for women to take even bigger seats in this country, to take even the topmost leadership arenas in this country. But we've seen one woman leader in this country, Mwangaza, Meru governor, seem to be a woman under siege, facing repeat removal bids. And even now, she's really having her world seemingly collapsing in. But I want to understand, as a seasoned political analyst, who do you think is paying for the political blood of Kawira Mwangaza? Who are the men and women behind her misfortunes?
First of all, point of correction. I do not support women taking position in the manner in which many people in this country do. My position is simple and straightforward.
Which is?
For every assignment, for every job we have as a people, let the best man or woman get. That's my simple position. Let the best man or woman, the best, and they are there. I do not support the idea of giving people jobs merely because they are women, or merely because they are youth, or merely because they are men. No.
Two-thirds gender rule?
No, I don't support it. It doesn't make any sense. This country has more serious things to do than waste time on things like two-thirds gender rule. I've repeated this and I must repeat it. Kenya is like a plane. We must fly this plane across the Atlantic and land it safely in JF Kennedy, somewhere in America, the airport. It does not matter whether the man is black or white, whether he's a woman or man, whether he's disabled or physically fit. So long as you fly the plane successfully across the Atlantic and land it in America. We have a patient we are willing to into a theater for a very serious surgery. It doesn't matter who the surgeon is. Luo, Kamba, black, white, Indian, green, nothing. It doesn't matter they are women or they are men, no. They are young or they are old. What we want is a patient being wheeled into theater to undergo surgery successfully. That's what we need. This is where this country is. Those who have gone beyond where we are now can afford those things they talk about. Oh, gender equality, all these liberties they talk about.
Social inclusion.
Yeah, because they are not where we are. We are at the stage where we are a poor, dirty, third world country.
Really?
Where people are dying, where children are going to school with jiggers in their toes, in their hundreds of thousands. How can you be talking about gender and other things? We just want leaders who will ensure Kenyan children get good education.
But then again,
they learn in good environment, befitting children of the 21st century. And after school, they have the right skills to get gainful engagement, whether self-employed or employed. We don't want to create a battalion of hopeless children because they have gotten useless education. Because the leaders we put in place are useless leaders. Now, with that in mind, I can go to Kawira Mwangaza.
But let me hold you at that first.
Yes.
But that's why you have devolution in the first place 10 years on. Why don't you advance in the grace of time to bring these reforms which you would envision of a country?
Come again, I don't get you.
I mean, you are talking about we're still a poor, dirty third world country now,
Yes.
and you cannot afford to look at other issues such as gender role. But why don't you then advance grace of time to devolution?
No, we are doing the same. We are saying devolution is well thought out, it's a good idea, but we didn't implement it in the way that we are supposed to have implemented it. There are way too many counties for them to be economically viable. It's just a waste of time. We needed regional governments, about 10 or so regional governments, the original 8 provinces. Maybe you could take care of a few that were more than expensive and other complications of culture and what have you. You could get between 8 and 14. As had been passed at Bomas. So that's part of the problem.
Still on the corridors of getting the best woman or man for any other position, you've gone on record on this show saying when it comes to 2027 politics, for every flag bearer, presidential flag bearer, at least the running mate should be a woman.
Not me. I've never said such a nonsense.
You've recommended
No,
that.
that's absolute nonsense. It is the president who said, not Manyora. I don't believe in that nonsense. No, I don't. I believe in the best people being given a job, whatever job it is. These countries we admire. Africans are dying across the Mediterranean Sea, crossing over to Europe. They are dying. Don't you see them dying? The countries they are going to, people are queuing. People are dying to go to America. When the application for visa used to be physical at the bomb blast embassy, downtown Nairobi, people sleep there to queue to go to America. Because ukitoka namba yako mtu ameingia hapo. People used to buy people to queue for them before they came up with this online application for visa. Those countries are where they are because they never joked with leadership. They knew that you cannot go far as a country until for every job you put there the best man or woman. That's what I advocate for. Best man, and they are there.
That is the denominator.
If that's the guiding principle, meritocracy, the best people, like Singapore, the first thing to realize the Singapore dream is about meritocracy. The best man or woman.
Meritocracy.
The rest will sort themselves out. While looking for the best man for that job, you'll discover he was at Rukanala. Minority have been taken care of. While looking for the best person, it turned out it was a woman. Gender has been taken care of. While looking for the best person to be PS, it was a young man of 32 years.
Boy child.
Matiba was PS at 27. Boy child is... You will cover all the demographics if you operate with the principle of best man or best woman. In short, best Kenyan for every job we have. Meritocracy. So before you solve that one, everything else is just talk.
Back to Kawira Mwangaza, the main subject of today's conversation. Yes. Who are the authors of Kawira's misfortunes when it comes to regional politics?
I think they are the Meru kingpins who cannot afford to, who can't sit well with the idea of a woman calling the shots.
When you mention of Meru kingpins, automatically what comes to the mind of many are the old guards, correct?
Yeah,
Murungi, Peter Munya, and
all
now
those
Mr.
people,
Kalinturi.
all of them, they cannot believe that a woman can floor them. And they had better come to terms. That's the world in which... And these women are going to be their children, their daughters, their sisters, their mothers. So you better live with it. If you can't live with the fact that a woman can lead you, then you are living in the past. You are living in the past. They had better agree that they cannot be held hostage by culture. I know there are people who come from very strong traditional bases, very strong cultures that have a problem recognizing women. But I want to tell them, the Kalenjin are among the people whom we thought would never put a woman in power. But they were the first people to surprise us with women MPs, all the way from Chelaga to Mutai. Many others, the Kalenjin have given opportunities. The Muslims are very conservative, but they are Muslim women in leadership. So what are Meru people trying to show us? They had better live with the terms. They had better come to terms with the fact that a woman can lead them. And this is the time for them to be led. If they have the power, let her be removed through the ballot.
And now for Meru MCS, would you say that they also need to tactfully know how they can be compromised? Because some believe they are being used by other external pressures. For MCS in Meru, what will be a clarion call for them?
MCS in Meru, if you have something against Kawira Mwangaza, table it. Remove her if you have anything. But so far what I've seen is nothing.
Nothing?
Even what they have against Mwangaza, from what I've seen, Kawira Mwangaza, is not enough even for just a warning letter. If she was somebody's employee, you can't even issue a warning letter on the basis of those accusations. Removing a governor from, I want to tell MCS in this country, removing a governor from office is like removing a president from office. It can't be over frivolous things. It must be very clear and you can see it.
It's not
you remove people from office because if they remain in that office, the institution will collapse. The country will collapse. The county will collapse. The company will collapse. That becomes the basis for removing people mid-term before they complete their term. You can't move people mid-term. For mere accusation, simple little things, they may even be true, but they are not strong enough
So it's not enough to have the best lawyer in town, the Ndego and Jirus of this city.
They are good people, but why are they even wasting time? I don't even want them to I just hope Senate, I think Senate should just save this situation. Somehow, let's look at the law.
Let's look at the law.
And we look at the law and dissolve this county.
It is said
Kila mtu aende nyumbani yake, waende watafute kura baadaye. And I want to warn MCS from Meru. When Kibuda Kibwana asked Ruto, President Uhuru, according to the law, to dissolve the Makueni County, because MCS were becoming unreasonable, the tribunal, I think it was headed by a friend of mine, found the governor was right because of the differences between the MCS and the governor that made work impossible. They recommended that the Makueni County be dissolved. Uhuru, in his wisdom or lack thereof, he didn't dissolve because he has the power to dissolve or not. But I want to point out the Meru MCS. When the next election came, only one MCS survived. Only one.
The electorate was watching?
Yeah. So if this county is dissolved, they may be shocked. None of them may come back.
It won't be a walkover for them.
Because you see, like Kibuda Kibwana was saying, out of the 4 billion or thereabout given to the county for recurrent and the development, the MCS wanted 1 billion. So I asked them, how? Are we really serving the people of Makueni? If out of 4 billion for the entire country, you people want 1 billion. So Kawira Mwangaza could, I don't know the intricacies, but all I know is that the charges, even the first time, were frivolous. They cannot stand anything. There are things that for which you can warn an employee. Don't repeat. Where ulienda ukachukua impress, lakini urudi you didn't account for the impress. Next time utaona. But you can't even sack an employee over the things over which they want to impeach this lady. So I think the MCS have that right. Please, MCS, continue impeaching governors. I want more of governors impeached. But impeach governors who have stolen our money. The governors who have stolen our money and everybody knows they are stealing, they are not being impeached. MCS should impeach governors who are stealing our money. Impeach all of them.
MCS to work closely with ESC.
And then Senate, please,
and DCI.
Try them and let them go home. But over this useless domestic vitu ya kienyeji nyumbani mambo, the small differences between MCAs and governors fueled by kingpins in the area, that we cannot allow that to happen. This county should be dissolved.
It should be dissolved.
Yes.
Lastly, there are political classes, or rather quotas, who believe that this is part of a deliberate strategy to divide the Mount Kenya bloc. Would you say that there's an ounce of truth there?
It's possible, but it doesn't serve anybody's interest. Yeah.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Not Rigathi, not Ruto?
No, it doesn't serve anybody's interest.
Well, there you have it. That point by Herman Manyora takes us to the wrap of today's conversation, talking matters to do with the misfortunes at the doorstep of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, and also how better MCS can go with their chief mandate, which is oversight in the county government and also other roles within their respective offices. Until we meet next time on Richard Mwenje Exclusive, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.